See, lots of glare going on. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. I have to put a curtain up or something. So I spent some time last night going over this particular video because they have the close-up shots and everything like that. It's just everyone's so full of shit, and I have to get rid of that glare coming in too over there too. Okay, so this is the real moon, but what I'm gonna say is that they do computer photographs, digital photographs of the moon, and then they put them into work in any situation they want to using the computer technology. And Wolfe is bitching again, making false accusations. I never said the moon was fake. So anybody ever come into my channel, I never said the moon was fake. I'm saying the moon is not what we've been told it is. I'm trying to show you what the moon actually is. That doesn't mean that it's fake. It just means it's not what we were told it is. It's not a hologram. It's not a anything religious in any way. It's an electrical system that we live in. It's an electromagnetic nanocarbon system, and everyone can see the whole fucking shebang can all be seen with our own eyes. The only problem is we refuse to look. We'd rather hear these bullshit stories like this guy here, these people here at this, moon close-up view, real sound, which will probably get a copyright strike on. Probably just for the word moon being in there, probably get a copyright strike. Okay, so they don't in this video at all give you a full moon, which would be nice. That's what I was looking for, but you don't get it, and not even in this video here. All this moon eclipsing that's going on here. I want to talk a little bit about the waxing and the waning of the moon. Some things that I've realized. It's been in the works, but more recently it's become more apparent to me. Working with the hydron cropping tools that I've created. Okay, working with these simple hydron croppers to crop the imagery has made it very clear to me, and anybody that will go look for themselves will see the same things that I'm seeing. I don't have to make any interpretations of anything. I throw things out there when I see them, and I throw it out there, but of course no one's going to believe it, because in order to believe it, you have to... First of all, I don't want anyone to believe it. I don't want anyone to believe anything I say. You should take what I'm showing you and go and look for yourself at everything I'm showing you. Then there's no more belief system. You don't have to believe in anything. You'll just see it all. You'll know it. You won't have to believe it anymore, because that seems to be a really big problem for us. Everyone believing everything that they're told. Why would they lie to us about such things? Well, there's a lot of reasons. And then again, they don't need any reasons at all. They're just everyone's a bunch of fucking liars. So I want to, Wolfe is really my best subscriber. He is my top sub. So I'm trying to address some of these issues that he has and complaints that he has, because, without him, he's watching my videos more than anyone else. He makes recommendations and puts in comments that help me, even if they're comments that you might think sound bad and they might sound like he's going against me and what I'm trying to show you. And he's really not. He may not realize it, but he's shilling for me is what he's doing. He's shilling for me because everything that comes out of his mouth just leads me to finding more and more evidence that I can share with you. So I am not the evidence, though. The system is the evidence. You just have to go and look at it. You just go and see it for yourselves. In the rocks, the stones, the moon, the clouds, the grass, the landscapes, you name it. It's everywhere. Again, I'm only sticking with things that people think are natural. I'm not even going with anything yet that's of human influence. But I will later on, maybe in the next series or something like that I have some fun. Here and there, I'll hit on it. Back to what Wolfe is complaining about. Then I'll go to Wolfe's complaints later, just so you guys can see them. Make sure I don't leave nothing out. No, first thing is I repeat myself over and over and over again. Who the fuck cares? So what? No one's watching the videos anyways. No one watches my channel except Wolfe and a few other subscribers. So maybe 3 to 10 subs. And then anyone else that comes in are just people that are coming in because of the person that I'm calling out. So they turn their attention immediately away. They don't stick around, look, and go investigate and go look for themselves. It's not like anything like that happens. Anyways, I'm going to point out some things. Okay, see this line right here? I'll use the stick so my finger don't blur the camera. See this line right here I'm going to show you, and then there's another one here. What I've realized by using the Hydron cropping tools is that it's all purposeful so that we could see the imagery. The waxing and the weaning of the moon in the crescent shape also becomes part of it, which I don't really like myself. I have to face some facts and some things myself that I don't really like to have to admit, because I see the builders are all triangular. I see that everything they do is triangular, and I don't like circles, I don't like O's, and I don't like zeros. I think they're human influence, and it fucks me up. So I'm looking for the answers to this. Why is it this shaped crescent? Why is it that shape? And, just same way that we see the moon as a circle. I don't want to see the moon as a circle anymore. I don't believe it is a circle. Because it's not a ball, for sure. But even the circular shape of the moon, I don't like it. There's something up with it, and I don't know what it is yet. I don't know. But what I have noticed is that when I use these particular croppers, instead of using what I was sarcastically doing, was using the triangular croppers. I'll probably go back to the triangular croppers as well. I'll probably go like this and then throw another triangular cropper in like this so I can show you exact images. You see what's happening here? I'm able to crop these certain images in triangular shape. But obviously, I have to be honest with myself. Obviously, the system, because you look at the crescent of the moon, which, by the way, that's not what this is in this video. You see this right here? They're doing the same exact thing I am doing. They have a digital Hydron cropper. Mine is made out of paper, cardboard. That's my Hydron cropper is made out of cardboard. Theirs is computer. This is a photograph of the moon that they put through the camera and do all their fake ass shit with it. That's what I mean by fake, Rufus. That's what I mean by fake. I mean that they're making it appear that the moon is a ball, and you can easily prove for yourself that it's not a ball. You'll be able to see. I'm going to take you through in this video. It might take me a couple videos to do this particular video. But I'll be able to show you what I'm talking about just by using the imagery, because the imagery that they place up here, right? They're going to place it up here when we go to look later, and then I'm going to show it to you, and it's going to end up being in here somewhere. I'm trying to remember where. I think over here in a different direction. You'll also take notice, anybody coming to the channel, that they never do 360s on their camera whenever they're shooting the moon. Nobody does. Whenever they're doing videos of the moon, no one's doing 360s. It's very important to do 360s with the moon because that's the way the moon's coming through our skies in a clockwise rotation. And as it does, as the moon's waxing and waning, as this crescent is going in and back and forth, right? So it's going that way, and then it's coming this way, okay? So as it's waxing and waning, this is all very important stuff that people like the gypsies, the card readers, the psychics, all those people are definitely tapped into the energy, but they're doing it under false pretenses. The same way that the religions do it, the same way that science, another religion, also does it. Everything's being done on false pretenses. If we know that the moon is I'm trying to change my terminology. I don't like using any scientific terminology because it's just bullshit. So let me try to think of a way to explain this without doing so. Okay, all the stationary and wandering stars that are in the veil, I don't know if they're separate layers of the veil. I believe it is. I believe it's separate layers of the veil, kind of like you would see in Martin Kenny's model. That's why I like Martin Kenny's model. It goes along with what I'm seeing with my eyes. Most of it. He doesn't have anything about what's going on below, but maybe he didn't want to step to that thing. He didn't want to step into that without having any knowledge of what it might be or whatever, so what it is above is so below and all that, because really in the real system there is no up down, there is no left right, there is no backward or forward. It's an electromagnetic nanocarbon system, and humans use the terminology and make gravity a law, but it doesn't matter to this system. This system doesn't care about our human rules and laws. It really doesn't. And you can see that. I'm not the proof of that. Going and looking at the system is the proof of that. Now I'm giving you the visual on the system, and I'm letting you all know that you could see this all your lives. Your subconscious has been soaking all this up all your lives in the trees, the rocks, the stones. So you don't have to go anywhere to see the system. The system is all there for all of us to see. We just choose not to. We went to medical school, let's say, for example, and we got a lot, or maybe you're a physics major and maybe you're an astronomer or something like that. You spent your whole life, your family spent all their life savings on putting you to school and through school, and then you get out, and then some asshole comes along and says, oh, no, you can see the whole system. It's nothing of what they said it was. Of course you're going to have a hard time with that, and you're going to go running from what I'm trying to show you. But it's there. You can certainly fucking go look if you wanted to, but I understand you need to run away from it. So in this particular video, they do go in on a seashell, and he does go in on a few other things. I'm going to take you to other moon photographs and videos to show you that it is the actual moon that he's using for making this video. It's just not it's not a video of the moon rolling through the sky, but it is the real moon. And I didn't spend enough time on it. There's certain questions I even want to know about this particular video that I'm looking into also. The sound resonance that they throw out there, because this one is Real Sound HD. And I'm curious about that as well, because we know that sound resonance and the sine waves are what's coming from this electrical system. So if the wandering stars and the stationary stars are all going around in the veil at their own speeds, at their own speeds and in their own path, okay, and all the energy that all the stars send come down through the moon. They go through the moon and then come down and touch onto the Earth. Earth now being a moon map model. That the landmass is all being worked out for us in the moon. The darker areas being the more bio areas, and the lighter areas being the areas that are still more electrical. Separating the waters from the from the land masses will be also a little bit different than you might think, because you might think you want to just make all this water because it's lighter in color, and that's not the case. It just means that these areas are more electrical. They're less bio. All the darker areas are bios, because even the oceans are full of bio life, right? Just giving you a little lowdown on the map as I'm going along. So as the moon is turning in a clockwise rotation around us, it's waxing and waning. I know without a doubt that when I'm looking in at the veil, right? When I'm looking in at the veil, I use the light from my telescope when I'm looking at the moon. That's how I originally found the veil in the first place, and started recognizing that the imagery that's in the veil, that's all around, I can't use this imagery obviously because that's just a black background. That's just a black backing. I didn't look, but I didn't try to look into the veil. But why waste my time? I already know because I looked at that side. What they're making for a crescent, it's just like looking at my cropping tool here. It's the same thing. So there's no sense in me trying to use this video. But in the future, if anybody wakes up to all this, I will start pulling into the veil. But what I did also notice when I was looking into veil, so the veil's traveling in the same direction that the moon's traveling, but it's traveling much faster. The imagery rapidly changes. It's rapidly flashing in my eyes, and I have to keep pausing and then pausing and playing. Now, the imagery that you see in the veil is not the same imagery. You can separate it because the imagery is built by the same builders that are building all the rest of this imagery. And they build the imagery in the veil as well, and you can see the outlines of it. It's like looking at tracings of things in black, in the black of night. You're looking at traced out images, but you can clearly see the images. Same way that I can in the moon when I look deep down in the grain and everything like that, okay? Anyways, what I'm getting at is that when I realize that and I'm seeing into the veil, I'm saying to myself, okay, so is there another layer of the veil that goes in front of the moon to crop the images? That's my question to myself. And so what I noticed is that I can still see the moon's images in this area, in the shadow, okay, in what you would call a shadow. I can still pull the moon's imagery out through this shadow. So that led me to thinking for a long time, I kept thinking that, okay, so it's probably not another layer of the veil going in front of the moon. So perhaps now that I see the moon not as a solid mass, big rock ball, right? Because I don't see the earth as that either anymore. But now that I don't see the moon as that anymore, and I can recognize that it's not that, and then I say to myself, okay, well, maybe there's another layer of the veil that goes behind the moon's layer of the veil, and it blocks out the energy that's coming down to the earth for those areas. All these little points of light that you see in the moon, all these tiny points of light represent the constellations and the wandering stars, the stationary stars and the wandering stars, okay? We were told for a long, long time, the psychics and and alike are all under the misconception their timing is going to be off. Let me just tell you that much. The timing is definitely going to be off. So as this is rotating through, I was using these two stars, which I believe are going to end up being wandering stars. See this one and this one here? One of them works, this one works as an eye for a larger beast, but right under it's the beast that I was always showing you. I'm going to keep going in on all the time. This one here with the tongue sticking out. Okay. So these two wandering stars, I believe they're going to be wandering stars. In other words, month to month, day to day, week to week, year to year. As this thing's coming through, I'm going to guess that these two are moving. And I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start doing videos of the moon on a monthly basis, and every month I'm going to put the photos aside and I'm going to match them up on top of each other. I'll print them in plastic. I'll print them up on plastic so it's easier for me, and I want to know if these have moved over a 1 year period. If they end up a little bit slightly somewhere in a different area, I want to see what they're doing. Okay, just as a starting point to figure this out. All right, so if this is the star, what I'm claiming is that all the stars are coming through the moon. Their connection is the connection comes through the moon, down to the earth, goes through the earth, and then goes out the other side and connects through another moon that's identical moon on the other side, and then back out to the other side of the veil. Now, when I say other side, bottom, all that, there's no difference in the real system. That's human influence. That's human construct. For me to say the bottom, it is above is so below, those words, those terminologies are human construct. There is no up, down, left, right, backward, forward in this system. The same way that I'm trying to explain to you, there is no math in this system. There is no fucking math. Math itself is a human construct. So I can go ahead and tell you and try to explain to you that the angles for these images are going to be 33 degrees by 14 degrees this way and 16, but it's all human construct. So it's better for me to just let you go see it for yourselves. Go see it. I'm telling you about the angles. I'm telling you about the, here's the other eye over here. So eye over here for that other image that I was going to talk about. So these two stars, right, as it's coming around, it makes its connection. Now, if you're born, and I'm not talking just humans, but plants, animals, anything. So that's why people that know the moon cycles, right, the good farmers and shit, they'll know the moon cycles, and they'll always tell you, don't plant your crops on the waning moon. Plant them on the new moon of a waxing moon. And that's, you're going to get the best results of the takeoff of your plants. The energy's correct. Why? Because when this fucking moon is coming around, and whether it's waxing or weaning, and whether what we call the moon's shadow, which is not the moon's shadow at all, because the moon's not a fucking ball, but as this moon shadow is disconnecting, weakening the connection between this star when it gets around to this area. So if I'm in a weaning mode and coming back, it's a weaker energy. And if it's a waxing, where let's say it's a waxing moon or a weaning moon, is going to make a difference in the energy that passes through the moon. It comes down again to the earth, but it doesn't ground at the earth like we always thought it did. We thought it grounded at the earth, including myself. That's not the way it's appearing to me now. It's not grounding at the earth. It goes through the earth and then back out the other side. It's a one continuous electrical system. It's fucking amazing. The imagery is amazing. I'm going to look around at this video a little bit. Just like I said, I'll do a little bit on it and maybe turn into 2 or 3 videos because I'm shooting the shit a little bit. But what I'm trying to explain at the moment, again, thank you to Wolfe, because, Wolfe gives me these reasons to even talk about these things. Otherwise, no one else really chimes in, so I don't really fucking know. And I'm not always looking for positive feedback only. That doesn't do me any good either, so it doesn't really matter. I don't care that he's negative Nancy. He wants to be a negative Nancy. Let him, I understand. Alright, let's get started on this, I guess. So I have a green filter on the camera. I'm just looking around. I'm going to point out to you that it's all the same imagery I've been showing you on the printed photographs that Rufus has a hard time with. He has a really bad time with that. This imagery is all the same. I'll start cropping them in a minute. I just want to look around a little bit. I already looked around yesterday, so I know this is the real moon, so it's no problem. Just showing you that moon to moon photograph to moon video and everything like that. You can digitally collect this electromagnetic nanocarbon anytime you want. I'll also point out to you that I can get deep down into these craters like this. See how I'm doing this with the camera? Oh, you bitch. Every time I touch the monitor. So I can go deep down just like this. If I wanted to make my own space alien invasion fake ass fucking movie, Rufus, I could. See what I'm doing? Oh, I'm traveling on the moon. That's what I mean by fake. That's what I mean by fake, Rufus. I'm not claiming that the moon is fake. I can see it. I can show you what it actually is. So why would I call it fake? I'm saying you're fake, Rufus. I'm saying that Harald Kautz is fake. I'm accusing all of you of being fake. Not the moon. I know the difference. I know that I can see it. And I'm telling everyone that they can all go and see it. They don't need your shit anymore. So if I'm repeating myself, well, then maybe you should talk to your buddies about deleting all my fucking videos so that I don't have to waste my time going back and remembering what I already talked about in another video or shit like that, you know? I gotta move some shit around or I gotta get rid of that glare coming in the window. Same thing I'm doing on the this area right here with the broken tooth, tongue sticking out, eye, nose. I'm gonna give them to you in a human form, canine form, beast form, just by changing the lights and shadows. He's got a complete hairdo and everything. You can see him in every which way. I mean, I can see all these images as well. I can bring in all these as well. I'll let my camera adjust on. Fucking cheap ass fucking camera. Maybe if I do this. You fucking bitch. Hold on. Fucking cool, man. So I could put another cropping tool on the other side if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna come around here just to show you that it's the same imagery. Nothing changes. You can feel free to just download photographs on the moon. You don't need a Hadron Collider. You don't need a hydrogen telescope. Just open your eyes and you'll see it all. Okay, so what I was starting to point out before I hit the fucking thing. Down in here, I can make my own really good moon videos the same way that they are. And then because I don't go along with the agenda, with the fake ass lying motherfuckers like Wolfe and Harald Kautz and others, because I don't go along with all that shit, then what? My videos are not good, but theirs are? It doesn't make any fucking sense. They've obviously done here in this video, and I'll point out a bunch of shit as I'm going along. I'm already at 30 minutes. I'll try to hurry this up. You can see the imagery in here, is my point. So when we go further along in this video, I'm only at the first 25 seconds right now. They don't give you much of the moon anyway. Eye, nose, mouth, beard, hairdo. See the hairdo? Okay, now that's maybe not be a crisp and clear image for you. I can get you the ear, the face, everything, okay? And it may not be crystal clear, but why, Rufus? Why is this particular one that I'm pointing out? Just like I can go down here. Get through this. It's like I can come down here and I can pick out my imagery. What do I want to grab out of this? I can grab some of the larger ones because I'll look for an eye, look for the nose, the snout, and the mouth. Even though it's not clear, I know I can get the angle, and I can come in at another angle, and I can get that image in more clear, okay? That's how I can find out where they are, what crater they're actually looking at, and then I can match up the imagery with other moon videos, other moon photographs, and I can match up the imagery to make sure that I'm not being fucked with, that they're not showing me false images of the moon. And in most cases, they're not. There are some that do, but in most cases, they're not. They don't have to. Everybody's been so programmed to thinking that the moon is this big ball of fucking cheese floating around in outer space that space aliens threw into the earth billions of years ago, and all the bullshit stories that you all get in school, that all of our education has all taught us, all these lies. It's fucking beauteous, man. Beauteous. It's fucking awesome. So what I'm explaining to people, Rufus, is they don't need to be lied to anymore. They can all see all of this for themselves. They don't need to listen to bullshitters anymore. You can go away. The biosystem was a fucking trick, the same way that the synthetic system is a fucking trick. And we just, as zombie slaves, follow right along with whatever we were told. That's the big thing for me. That's the most important thing for me, is that, see, we, the 7.8 billion zombies, us, all of us, educated or not, doesn't make any difference. We've sold ourselves out. And that's what bothers me about this, is that we've sold ourselves out and we refuse to look at reality. We tell ourselves and each other that when you see the images in the trees, the grass, the clouds, the ice, the moon, the snow, the rocks, the stones, the mountains, you name it, when we see this imagery everywhere, we're told that that is our imagination. And most people, what they do is they take that to heart, because believe me, it starts right from birth, man. It starts right from birth. Our parents are fucking zombies, therefore we become zombies too. And we believe this fucking bullshit story. So when you don't stand a chance, nobody does, because even when you're 2-3 years old and you see this imagery, let's say in the trees, you're walking up the hill with your parents and you say that you see this imagery, they're going to, number one, tell you, okay, at 3 years old, we'll let you get away with it, and that's great because children have a great imagination. They don't tell the children, yeah, you're seeing the fucking system. Yeah, we live in an electromagnetic nanocarbon system. This is the system, and yes, we can see it all for what it is, and that's the reason why we don't grow too many trees, because there has to be a limit to the bio life. We don't want to go too far bio. We want to keep part of our electrical selves. That's not the lecture anybody gets. No. At 3 years old, 4 years old, that's not what you get. You get what they do is they bring you to the fucking doctors before you're even 3, make sure they inject you with a bunch of more heavy metals that'll fucking dumb you down even more than you already would be just from their bullshit stories and their lies, and then they're going to tell you about Santa Claus, fairy tales about gods and heavens and hells and all these other fairy tales, and then by the time you're 5, 6 years old, if you try to say again, hey, Mom, Dad, remember when I was 3, I saw the images in the trees and in the mountains and stuff? Well, now I just seen the same imagery, feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, and I seen it in the moon. When we were looking at the moon in the telescope last night, I didn't want to say nothing. I didn't want you guys to think I was crazy. Listen, son, don't tell nobody what you just told us. Don't tell nobody. That's what you get. They'll lock you up, son. They'll lock you up, or they'll try to play it off lightly and say, well, that's just your imagination. That's just your imagination. Don't pay any attention. You can't take it seriously. You're 5, 6 years old now. You're getting older. You really shouldn't be using your imagination for that anymore. There's enough imagination to get by on all the rest of the lies that we all fucking tell you. So don't do that, and you're told not to. So that's what I'm explaining to you all, is that the falseness, the fakeness, and that's not my terminology. I try to stay away from fake and false as much as I can. I usually try to use false rather than the word fake, because all terminology, human construct, the human word, the written word, and the verbal, have all been fucked. You can't say anything without immediately, boom, snap. As soon as someone hears fake, they automatically nowadays would think of Trump, news, the news reporters, and shit like that, right? Oh yeah, Trump says the news is fake and everything's fake and blah, blah, blah. And automatic, boom. The psyops are already set up. The programs are already set up so that if anybody does try to awaken, they're going to be shut down immediately by people like Wolfe right now. Here I am trying to show you guys the system, and then immediately, right away, I've got people all over the place trying to shut down a little shit ass fucking YouTube channel that has just a few subscribers, and you constantly get people coming in and talking shit that they cannot prove based on no reality at all, and then I'm expected to argue and debate with them, and if I don't argue and debate with them, then I'm just it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Listen, I'm showing it to you. I'm giving it to you straight. You can go see it for yourself. I am not the proof, Rufus. I'm not the proof. This is the fucking proof. You have to go look at it for yourself. And if you're not going to, then, nothing I can do. And I got to say, too, I've got about 6 or 7 bird images of birds, I should say, in the moon that I've been trying to confirm for a few years now, and I'm getting closer and closer on several of them to confirming them as bird images, which sounds like no big deal to anyone else, but to me it's a big deal. Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. Birds being a flying rodent in most cases. Not all birds fly, but birds being a rodent, in my opinion, that's where I would leave them in that category. But it is still nice to see birds, because I don't see any birds in any of the imagery on the ground. Not in the rocks, the stones, the clouds even, anything in my general reach. I don't see any bird images. So that was fucking with me for the last few years. The only one place I've ever seen images of birds, and there might be something to this, that's why I'm pointing it out. It might be a certain mineral or heavy metal or mineral that is not down here at the ground level all the way up to the cloud level. It might be because the reason why I say that is because it's the top of the clouds. The top of the clouds, looking down from an airplane down at the top of the clouds, seems to be the only place that I ever have seen bird images in abundance. Otherwise, it would be one bird here, one bird there, image of a bird here. But the thing is, too, is that those bird images that I was seeing here and there, a lot of them were shadow images. And shadow images to me are not confirmable. That's just my imagination. That's me seeing what I want to see. The rest of the shit It's not me seeing what I want to see. It's not. I go against using my imagination when I'm looking at all this. That's why I'm going for certain images that I know you can see. All see. You can all talk to each other and confirm them with each other. Because if you see the same fucking thing and you can trace it out, and then you go to your person next to you, whoever, friend, girlfriend, husband, whatever, and there's able to trace out the same thing. You take all your tape off, take all your tape off after you traced it out with tape. Because remember, you don't want to trace it out exact. You'll ruin the imagery of the builders. The builders are building us these images so that we can see the system. So if you trace them out, you're going to add human influence. Do like I've been recommending. It works great. You can also use the cropper. The cropper also helps. You can say, just do me a favor, crop this image right here. Do you see that one right there? And then when they say, yeah, I see that one, and then you say, okay, if you see that one, then I'll take the croppers away. I just want to see if you can go and crop the same exact image that I did. So look away for a minute, okay? Erase what you had in your mind, and then you give the croppers, the high-drawn croppers, to your friend. Then your friend comes over, and he goes like this. He or she goes like this. It says, that one right there, you mean? Yes. Boom. Start of the fucking awakening. Start of the awakening just begun. Then you change the angle of your camera on that same image, and you say, okay, now that you did that image, this asshole online, this guy, Mike Oziak, he's a real fucking asshole. He's fucking dumb as shit. But anyways, what he did do is he's able to see the imagery, and he's claiming that every angle is going to make a difference. So let's try it. So then they come back in with the cropper and say, okay, now I'm going to come out to this area here because at a different angle, he's claiming that we're going to see a different image. I got tape all over my high-drawn cropper. I got to fix it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down like this, and I'm going to widen it a little bit. Now, do you see the next image that's within it? And then they say, yeah. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. And then after that, they say, okay, now you don't want to go in too close because now you're going to pull in other images, right? Because now we're going to see all those images. Oh, look at the mama, no mama, Wolfe, huh? But what you just did was you widened it. It's not scientific. There's nothing mathematical about it. It's very simple. Matter of fact, I would say that artists would have a better, someone with an artistic eye should have a better idea of all this. But that proved to be wrong as well because I went and looked at a lot of artists that were drawing, coloring, painting the moon. None of them got the image down, really. They're just doing little box shadows or anything. They're not trying to do what the builders do. This is amazing. This is undeniable. And this is only one image. There are thousands of images within this image. I could be going in on each eye, up each nostril, the mouth. I can also rotate it because, again, there is no up, down, left, right, backward, or forward in this fucking system. And then we just oblong this. I can make it longer. I can give you the rest of its hairdo, several different hairdos. See the hairdo? Right? So you can all do this for yourselves. You don't need me to do it. What am I at for minutes? 43 minutes already, and I haven't even started the fucking video. All right. Anyways, just to answer a few things for Rufus. So, no, Rufus, I never said that the moon was fake. I'm saying you're fake, your friends are fake, everything they tell us is fake, and no one has to put up with that shit anymore. We can all go see the system for ourselves. We don't need your bullshit. We don't need your fucking lies. So stop lying to everyone. You're a lying motherfucker, obviously, purposeful liar. I thought maybe you were accidental, coincidental, but obviously you're a purposeful liar. You are here every day talking shit that you cannot prove. I'm showing people things that they can just go simply see for themselves, and yet you're claiming that I cannot prove anything. I don't have to prove anything. It's right there. It's right fucking there. It's all around you. It's in every fucking blade of grass. It's in every tree, every rock, every stone, every cloud, So no. I don't need to have any proof. I'm showing you how to go see the fucking proof. This is the proof. This is the evidence. Not this particular show. Just all around you. So I am going moon photograph and moon video just to fucking appease you so that you'll understand. And it's okay. I'm not mad about it because it gives me reason. It gives me a reason to even talk about these things. Otherwise, I might not even talk about them because I get so pissed off that nobody looks that I just sometimes just shut down and I just keep showing the imagery, thinking that someday someone will come along and they'll be able to see it, and then they'll question it and they'll come up with the answers themselves, you know. Because really, it's self-education. Once you go look at the imagery, then you have no problem anymore understanding what I mean when I say the the bio system was a fuck job. Okay, we didn't need to be eating the way that we eat. We didn't need to be doing anything in the bio realm that we do. It's unnecessary. We were electrical creatures, and we have gone bio, and now we're going synthetic, bio. We're leaving our electrical cells behind, and we should not do that. I'll be back.